The group of benevolent con artists is having a discussion. They are talking about a figure named Jack Sajang, though it's unclear who he is. Suddenly, they notice Kong Hari's hand is red, as if covered in blood. Kong Hari appears indecisive and out of ideas about what to do next. Cian then asks if anyone else hears something strange outside. The others dismiss his concern, thinking Cian is just tired and tell him to go to sleep. However, Cian insists he heard something and urges them to listen closely. They realize that devices are being attached to the doors and walls, meant to bring down the walls. A loud noise follows, signaling that enemies have arrived at their hideout. The enemy's leader declares that the group will be destroyed today, and a fierce fight ensues. Cian, who cannot fight, hides under a table. Meanwhile, Yoon-suk is deep in thought, worried about the president. He recalls Kong Hari's words questioning if they can trust the president, revealing that campaign funds for Assembly member Choi Sang-gu came from Jeffrey, their main antagonist. Yoon-suk is troubled by the possibility that the president has accepted money from Jeffrey. Back at the fight, the group holds their ground against the attackers. Cian notices an enemy about to stab Yuri and heroically intervenes, but gets stabbed instead. Panicking, he exclaims that he is bleeding and thinks he is going to die. The group scrambles to get Cian out of the room, but Cian insists on retrieving his laptop amidst the chaos, adding a touch of humor to the dire situation. After escaping the room, they find more formidable enemies waiting outside. Fortunately, an old friend arrives to help them, instructing Yuri to get Cian into a car. The old friend continues to fend off the enemies, and the group eventually gets into the car and drives away. Kong Hari goes missing during the chaos, causing the enemy leader to panic and demand that Kong Hari be found immediately. Jeffrey arrives, further unsettling the enemy leader, who questions why Jeffrey is there. Jeffrey, disappointed and stating that this is the third time the leader has failed, kills him. The scene shifts to the next morning, showing a worker reading the day's top news about the privatization of a company named Enki Infracapita, which won a tender. Jeffrey, the main antagonist, is appointed as the CEO of Enki Infracapita. Protests erupt against the privatization, with people demanding the protection of their water and subway systems. The worker enters his office building to find many colleagues gathered around an announcement board. The announcement lists numerous layoffs, including his own. Shocked and worried about supporting his family, he realizes the layoffs are likely due to the recent privatization. The plot continues with Jeffrey executing his plans meticulously, stating that he has been honing his skills despite others' oblivion. Jeffrey meets with supportive ministers who are already celebrating, even though it is just the beginning. They note that President Choi Sang-gu is more cooperative than anticipated. This wraps up the episode, highlighting the tension and unfolding drama within the story.